Ever wondered how the invisible force of radiation can cause harm? Let's take a step back in time to the late 19th century, when scientists were just beginning to uncover the mysteries of radiation. The year was 1895, and a German physicist named Wilhelm Conrad Röntgen stumbled upon a phenomenon that would forever change the world of science. He discovered X-rays, an invisible form of energy that could pass through solid objects and allow us to peek inside the human body without a single incision. This was a revelation, a leap forward in medical science that held the promise of revolutionizing diagnosis and treatment. Around the same time, another pioneering scientist, Marie Curie, and her husband Pierre were conducting groundbreaking work on a mysterious substance they called radium. This remarkable element had the ability to glow in the dark, a property they termed as radioactivity. The Curie's work with radium opened up an entire world of possibilities in medicine and industry, giving us everything from cancer treatments to luminous watch dials. However, the dawn of the radiation era wasn't all filled with optimism and progress. Despite the incredible potential these discoveries held, there was an underlying danger that was not yet fully understood. Back then, the risks associated with exposure to radiation were largely unknown. People marveled at the glowing radium and reveled in the novelty of X-rays, unaware of the invisible threat they posed. Physicians used X-rays liberally, and radium was liberally used in consumer products, from cosmetics to food items. In the early days, radiation was like a wild stallion, powerful and majestic, but also unpredictable and potentially deadly. Scientists and doctors were like cowboys trying to tame this force, often getting thrown off and trampled in the process. It was a time of trial and error, of great excitement and great risk. But as with all things, knowledge and understanding eventually came. The dawn of radiation gave way to the noontime of realization, the afternoon of regulation, and the twilight of respect. As we harnessed this newfound power, we soon realized that it was a double-edged sword. A tool for healing could also be a weapon of destruction. The story of radiation is a testament to human curiosity, ingenuity, and the continuous quest for knowledge. So, what exactly is this invisible force we call radiation? To get to the heart of it, radiation is energy traveling through space. Think of it like sunlight warming your skin, only this energy is far more potent. This is ionizing radiation, a powerful form of energy that can strip away electrons from atoms, a process known as ionization. Its potency lies in its ability to penetrate matter, including the cells in our bodies. Now, why is that a problem? Well, our bodies are pretty resilient, but they don't take too well to having their atoms messed with. When radiation passes through our cells, it can damage our DNA, the blueprint that guides our bodily functions. If the DNA damage is severe and the cells can't repair it, they may die. If they don't, they may start to behave abnormally and could become cancerous. Let's talk about the different forms of radiation, starting with alpha particles. These are heavy, positively charged particles that can't travel very far or penetrate very deep. They are like the bouncers of the radiation world, powerful but limited in reach. Next, we have beta particles. These are high-energy, high-speed electrons or positrons. They're lighter than alpha particles, and they can travel further and penetrate deeper. They're the sprinters of the radiation world, covering more ground but with less impact. Lastly, there are gamma rays. These are electromagnetic waves of energy, not particles, and they're at the top of the radiation hierarchy. They can travel great distances, and they can penetrate deeply into matter, including our bodies. They're the stealth bombers of the radiation world, invisible, silent, and potentially devastating. So, while radiation may be unseen, it's far from harmless. It's a powerful force that can damage our cells and alter our DNA. And yet, despite its potential for harm, it's also a tool, a resource, and a mystery that we've learned to harness for our benefit. The power of radiation lies in its ability to penetrate and disrupt. But how does radiation really cause harm? It all starts when ionizing radiation penetrates the body. This type of radiation carries enough energy to detach electrons from atoms or molecules, thus ionizing them. This ionization process can disrupt the delicate balance of processes in our cells, leading to damage or even cell death. Now, the human body is a marvel of biological engineering. It can withstand a certain amount of radiation exposure without significant harm. This is what we call the maximum tolerable dose. For a healthy adult, it's about 1,000 mg per year. But remember, this isn't a safe limit, it's a tolerable limit. There's a difference. Exposure beyond this limit can result in what we call stochastic effects. These are random, unpredictable effects that increase in likelihood the higher the dose of radiation. They include things like cancer and genetic damage. The scary part? There's no guaranteed safe level of exposure to prevent these effects. To really understand the impact of radiation, let's take a look at some real-world examples. Post-World War II, studies on survivors in Hiroshima and Nagasaki have given us invaluable insights into the long-term effects of radiation exposure. The survivors, known as hibakusha, suffered from an array of health issues, from cancer and leukemia to cataracts and birth defects in their offspring. These studies also highlighted the stochastic nature of radiation effects. Not everyone exposed to the same level of radiation developed the same health problems. It's a cruel lottery, with the odds stacked against you the more you're exposed. So why do we still use radiation, knowing the potential harm it can cause? Well, like many things in life, it's a matter of balancing risks and benefits. When used responsibly and with understanding, the benefits of radiation in medicine and technology can far outweigh the potential risks. The damage from radiation is silent, but the effects are loud and clear. Understanding the effects of radiation is crucial to using it responsibly, and to ensuring our continued survival in a world where radiation is a part of everyday life. Despite its dangers, why do we still use radiation? It's a question that begs an answer. Sure, the destructive potential of radiation is undeniable. It's a force to be reckoned with. But it's also a force that, when used responsibly, can serve humanity in ways that were once unimaginable. Let's dive into the realm of modern medicine, where radiation has become a crucial player. It's used in a plethora of ways, from diagnosing diseases to treating them. X-rays, for instance, allow us to peer into the human body, revealing fractures, tumors, and other abnormalities. Radiation therapy, on the other hand, lets us wage war on cancer cells, often proving to be a key weapon in the fight against this formidable foe. And it's not just in medicine. In industry, radiation is used to test welds, to sterilize equipment, and even to measure the thickness of materials. In archaeology, carbon dating, a method reliant on the decay of radioactive carbon-14, enables us to trace the footsteps of our ancestors, painting a picture of the past. Yet while radiation serves us in countless ways, it's not without its risks. That's why in every application, precautions are paramount. We've learned a lot from the past, from the tragedies of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, from the fallout of Chernobyl. We've learned that protection is key, that doses must be kept as low as reasonably achievable, that monitoring is vital. In medicine, for example, shielding is used to protect healthy tissue during radiation therapy, while in industry, workers are provided with personal dosimeters to monitor exposure. It's a balancing act. A dance between harnessing the power of radiation and keeping its potential harm at bay. So, despite the dangers, we use radiation because its benefits, when handled with care, far outweigh its risks. It's a tool, a resource, a necessary evil, if you will, that in the right hands can do immense good. Radiation, like fire, is a good servant but a bad master. It's a reminder that everything powerful comes with responsibility, that knowledge and caution are our best defenses in the face of such a potent force. So, where do we go from here? The future of radiation is as vast and complex as the universe itself. But don't be daunted, for as we look ahead, we see a horizon teeming with potential, studded with the promise of discovery and innovation. The ongoing research in the field of radiation is nothing short of fascinating. Scientists are tirelessly exploring new avenues, pushing the boundaries of our understanding and unlocking secrets that could revolutionize how we use radiation. One such area of exploration is the use of radiation in medicine, particularly in cancer treatment. Researchers are developing techniques to target and destroy cancer cells with pinpoint accuracy, minimizing damage to healthy cells. This could significantly reduce the side effects of radiation therapy and improve the quality of life for patients. We are also seeing advancements in the field of space exploration. Radiation is a major hurdle for extended space travel. However, scientists are studying ways to shield astronauts from harmful cosmic radiation, making the dream of long-term space missions and colonization of other planets a little closer to reality. Yet, with all this potential, comes the need for responsibility. As we have learned, radiation is powerful and can have devastating effects if misused or mishandled. Therefore, it is imperative that we continue to educate ourselves and future generations about the nature and risks of radiation. We must use this knowledge to develop safety protocols and regulations that ensure the responsible use of radiation. Moreover, we must strive to maintain a balance, While we harness the power of radiation for the betterment of humanity, we must also respect and preserve our natural environment. After all, the well-being of our planet is interconnected with our own. So, as we step into the future, let's view radiation not just as a formidable force to be feared, but also as a tool that, used wisely, can open up a world of possibilities. With knowledge and responsibility, we can turn radiation from a silent killer to a silent healer.